Okay, good afternoon, and good evening. This is for your conviction healer messages. I am Ether, the conviction healer. As I was stating, my last video got cut short because I wanted to check on the channel my last post, which I just saw was about a month ago. Um, I have been wanting to read. I've been getting inklings and being called to do readings. However, I have been fighting against my intuition and my higher self to not do so as far as in reading and recording and posting on the channel. Um, I was called to start actually picking up my readings around August, mid August. However, because of current loss of loved ones in my family, um, I just have not been feeling right. So this will be a blackout 7 day divine energy reading starting from today on to the next 6, 7 days, which will become Saturday. I was intuitively informed to post, post and do my readings on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So here I am with a posting and a reading for Friday, doing the divine energy reading. Don't know if I'm going to go ahead and do another reading based on what I'm already picking up and feeling. I don't want my energy to interfere with what is being brought to me. I also have been getting downloads and different messages and things of that sort. It could be for me, it could be for whoever watches the channel. Make sure you do like, share, and subscribe if you are viewing this. I will not be showing the cards. Hopefully, there can be some founded trust there um, on the things that I will be sharing during this video. Um, I will also be sharing other great news, to some, to others not so great. I've been battling back and forth with actually sharing this. I was actually told to share it, but I'm not ready to do so as of yet. But in due time, I will be back the video where you'll be able to see my face, so on and so forth. I'm not neglecting the videos. I'm not neglecting my channel. I'm not neglecting my calling nor my readings, but I am making sure that my energy is protected in this time during my own spiritual ascension, as well as the growing and ascension of my being and my surroundings. So I think I got everything out. And without further ado, with the 7 day forecast of the Divine Energy Reading, weekly Divine Energy Reading, what we do here is we pick a card from every deck that I own, which is in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe there's 7 different decks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 7 different decks, 3 tarot decks included. So I have 4 oracle decks and then 3 specific different tarot decks. And what we do is we shuffle and pull or let one card fall out, and this will be the divine energy for the remainder of the week. So from September 1st until next Saturday, which I do not have my calendar or my phone with me right now to see when that will be. This will be the energy for that time, which is interesting thus far. I will read into the overall energies at the bottom of the deck, starting with our Divine Energy Oracle. Um, at the bottom of the deck, we do have accept what is dying. So that's kind of funny. Accept what is dying, which is card number 42 in this deck. Number 6 can be significant. So as I stated, my condolences to all that is grieving the loss of a loved one in this time. I myself am also in grievance mourning in this time as well for things that are happening with myself and my personal family. So again, my heart and soul cries out, and I send the light of healing as well as strength for your heart, mind, body, and soul in this time, as well as I do so for myself. So the overall energy for the Divine Energy Oracle at the bottom of the deck is accept what's dying. And it says that an aspect of your life is clearly coming to an end. Some area has lost your interest, and you can no longer muster the enthusiasm to carry on. It is time to surrender and let things end with grace. Your divine energy is calling you to accept the natural cycles of life and death and directly admit what's presently ending in your life. Let go of sentimentality, if I said that right, and be honest and frank in your assessment of things. Do not waste time tending to a garden that simply will not grow. It's time for a big change. Face the unknown with courage and confidence. Exciting and more beautiful things await you. Your divine intervention states, understand that in every termination, you're crossing the threshold of rebirth to another level. Rather than prolonging or denying what has ceased to bring life to your spirit, accept the inevitable truth that the cycle for this connection has ended and consciously allow it to die naturally. Don't run from your emotions or deny your sorrow or fear. It's time to resign yourself to the divine will and fully trust the normal rhythms of life and death. Remember all that passes, on is only in a state of becoming something new. So this doesn't just have to go for those that are grieving in this time. Oh gosh. Excuse me. This doesn't only goes for the things that for people that are losing loved ones in this time, but this can also go to a wide frame as like relationships, jobs, um, income, your passion and love for the things that you do love. Um, I've been in the phase where I've been listening to some new music that has dropped, and there is this song that Russ has that dang it, I just had the damn song, excuse me. There's a song that Russ has, and I think it's called Tunnel Vision. And there's in the chorus of the song, there's a woman singing, and she says something in the frames of giving up the things that I love to death. So that can be significant in this time as overall energy with that divine energy oracle. That is not the card that came out, but I am going to get to that as soon as we finish with these overall energies. Okay. Before I do continue, I do want to acknowledge that in our oracles, they all kind of say the same thing. It's all based on your intuition. However, if an oracle does come out in reverse, that means that spirit wants us to mainly focus and pay attention to the message that that comes behind that oracle. Excuse me. Okay, so before we get into those energies, let's go ahead and continue with our rest of our overall energies. And the following energy, so you'll know the energies, well, the cards that I'll be reading in order, according to the divine energies at the bottom of the deck. So the next deck we have for the overall energy at the bottom, it says clear your karma, and this is coming from the Raise Your Vibration Oracle. Okay, so clear your karma can be found on page 102, which will be subsidized into a 3. Okay, now the color of this card, I love this deck because the color of this card is magenta, and this chakra stands for the soul star, which is light. So most likely, light workers, light bringers, and things of that sort. And just to read into it just a little bit, the meaning behind this card as a chakra card, it says the soul star is an energetic gateway around 6 to 12 feet above the crown excuse me, of the head. It's visualized as a three-dimensional star known as the Merkaba. It is one of the higher chakras that become accessible to us when the Kundalini pierces the crown and opens up our direct experiences to the divine. of the divine. I'm gonna go ahead and skip. No, it said keep going, excuse me. It said it holds our soul's purpose, our karmic lessons, and our soul's potential energetically. It's through this chakra that we open the door higher, to higher dimensions, spiritual guides, and deeper understanding of why we have come to the planet. Now I'm gonna skip. It says, by facing our old stories, clearing our conscience, and becoming aware of our own impact, we begin opening up the channels to the higher realms where we can begin to perceive divine guidance and experience our spiritual guides in a more versatile way. So, clear your karma states that our karma is made up of stories we carry in our energy field that contribute to our reality. There's a good chance that some of these limiting and untrue. Often, these karmic blockages are negative ideas about ourselves that we project into our relationships or connections with others, and then think others have about us. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences and encouraging you to release them from your field. It may help to have an open, honest conversation with whoever you feel has formed a negative opinion of you. By taking the time to communicate with them about this issue, you'll give yourself the opportunity to let go of the old story and create a better one. Don't hold back from doing this, for it will allow you to open up your energy to more light, abundance, and support. When you face challenging stories head on, you can release them from your energy forever and have a more centered worldview that allows you to navigate your future with clarity, free of limitations of the past. And the vibe of this card, it says vibe of the day, but the vibe of this card says, I clear my mind and my karma. So the things that are dying in this time could have something to do with a karmic field energy that is attached to it, could have some type of karmic tide, regardless if it is a passing of a loved one or some type of feeling that you were unable to, get out at this time. Excuse me, I am burping a lot. That burger had a lot of onions. Um, Something that you didn't get to release to with that person, or something, or a way that someone had made you feel about a certain situation, even though it has died away, it's also a way for you to clear your karma. And I feel like for those that are grieving in this time, for those that have passed over loved ones in this time, that have passed on, regardless of your faith and your religion and so on and so forth, they do become some type of guide to us, to you, in some type of way. So that's another way to understand how you're able to clear your karma of the things and the experiences that you had with, certain individuals with their time here on the planet. Moving forward, our African goddess rising overall at the bottom of the deck is Atit, if I'm saying that right, which is the goddess of worthiness. Okay, she is from Ormo, Ethiopia. She's the temple of warriors, and her element is bush, which is associated with earth signs Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. She's the great goddess Atit, queen of gods, and a fierce protector of women and girls for the Oromo people of Ethiopia. Her guidance states that stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. Her embodiment is you matter. Worthiness is in your veins. Accept yourself now. Your birth certificate says that we need your overflowing magic, joy, and vulnerability. And most importantly, we need you. You are deserving and worthy. The beautiful parts of you that everyone likes are worth loving. The parts that others dislike are worth loving too. Your creator loves you unconditionally, and her declarations say, I matter. Now, the wisdom card states a closed door is an invitation from life to move in an even better direction. It's time to change course And that wisdom card states to change course. So again, clearing out karma in this time, allowing things to die out as well. All right. And then moving forward for our Light Seer Tarot, we have the 10 of Wands. And if you're familiar with Standard Tarot, you know that the 10 of Wands is usually like, burdensome situations, things of that sort, taking on too much, so on and so forth. In the Light Seer here, the 10 of Wands states, and I'm just going to read previously because it's in the upright. The 10 of Wands talks about also taking on too much, an opportunity to free ourselves from heavy burdens, obligations, finding oneself close to a successful outcome, the need to prioritize, a message to also keep going. And it also states here, a little thing you can say to yourself is, I release my burdens into the ethers. Watch it though. I'm just kidding. I release my burdens into the ethers, knowing that the universe will help me to tend to essentials. Okay. So there is a time to let go and release. We have clear your karma, accept what's dying. It's a lot of changing courses here, is what I just heard. Changing courses, even though we do have that as our overall energy. Um, in our witchy deck here, the learning card tarot, we have the sun, positivity, think positive, things of success. There is a successful outcome out of this, some type of good luck, some type of truth is also coming out. And also with the AU Waith, we have the 10 of Swords, which talks about endings and backstabbing and betrayal and bitching. There's always going to be that as well while we're going through this ascension. Okay, so let's get into the actual cards that we do have here. And the first card that we do have is correct your mistakes, but it came out in reverse. So again, our oracles do acknowledge readers to pay attention to the message that the cards say. It does not always have to be that according to your intuition as a reader, or where you are as a viewer, as a listener in life, okay, on your journey in this time. So correct your mistakes. A lot of people might feel like, oh, I did nothing wrong, there's nothing for me to correct. Or it can be a highlighting that something was done in a mistakeful way, and it's time to actually face the music and correct the mistake. As we had, if I'm not mistaken, in the worthiness card with the African goddess rising, it did state about going to someone and speaking about it. No, excuse me, that was the gosh, raise your vibration, clear your karma. So going to the person and actually communicating what it is to clear that negative karma, to clear your story, to clear your name, things of that sort. So going forward, correct your mistakes, which is on page 79. Not going into details with the mathematics, but it states here, have you overreacted to a situation in the past and now regret your behavior? Have you said or done something that has now come back to haunt you? Set aside your pride and defenses and acknowledge your mistakes. There is no need to punish yourself or languish in remorse, nor should you paralyze yourself with righteousness, self defense. We are all human. Accept your limitations in this area and learn from your mistakes. Ask significant others how you can bring things back to balance. Then peacefully move on. There we go again. As all is well. The divine energy in this card is calling you to be open and fully accountable for your behavior towards everyone by practicing the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you must take amends, do so with love in your heart. Then turn the situation over to the universe for healing. The divine intervention states, quickly admit your errors and seek to correct them to the best of your ability without causing further harm to others. Ask yourself or ask your higher self for support with the process as you apologize, ask for forgiveness, and make amends. Take action to reverse any damage you've done and mean what you say. Learn from your experience and let it go. So there is a lot of let go here. A lot of let go. I'm hearing let go and let God. So there's a lot of letting go, changing courses, moving forward, making amends, rectifying a situation. I just heard that loud and clear. It's time to rectify a situation or a motive. We have clear your karma, so there's a lot of past things that could be thrown around, freely at this time, and it shouldn't be. I just heard that too, and it shouldn't be. But again, humans are humans, and I don't want to waste too much time on that because we're already 20 minutes in. So continuing to move forward, the card that falls for the raise the vibration, as we raise the vibration of our divine energy, we have believing is seeing. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a indigo card, which is the brow chakra, which is also the third eye chakra, which is found in the center of the forehead. It's the chakra that governs the head space of the mind and everything to do with perception, including psychic awareness. In the Sanskrit, it's known as ajna, if I said that right. Command, giving the clear insight that our awareness and perception are within our control. Energetically, this space governs our willingness to see every aspect of our life spiritually. That goes beyond witnessing psychic phenomena, to perceiving others and others in a loving way. Well, perceiving others and ourselves in a loving way. The brow cards are about shifting our perception. Their messages require awareness and attention as they invite us to be willing to see things differently in order to have better vision across the board. This is beautiful. Okay. So as I read into the in-depths of this card, seeing is believing, which is also in reverse. I'm hearing some don't want to see exactly what is true, so they're bringing up past things to try to rectify what a person is now or what a situation is now, versed on some past intent, as well as what it looks like now is not what it's going to look like in the future. I just got that as well. So that's, this card is also in reverse, and for others it is actually trusting your intuition, knowing where you are in your journey. Seeing is believing, 222, as I just said that. So believing is seeing. There is an old saying, I'll see it when, oh, excuse me, I'll believe it when I see it. But one of the greatest spiritual secrets is the opposite. Okay. We'll, we'll, we'll see it when we believe it. What we believe in our inner world has a lot to do with what we'll see or experience in our outer world. That means all of our inner dialogues and beliefs are in some way impacting the world we are experiencing. When this card comes to you, this is the week. This is the energy for the week. Correct your mistakes in reverse, believing and seeing in reverse. I'm going to continue reading the in depth. When this card comes to you, you are being reminded that you are a powerful co-creator of your world. Every thought, feeling, action, and non action is contributing to the field of energy around you and creating the reality you are experiencing. Therefore, it's important to craft thoughts, dreams, daydreams, and ideas that work for you in a loving way. This isn't about controlling the universe, but about raising your vibration so that you can co create a more loving and supportive world for yourself and all those around you. Set your sights higher. Think about what you want to experience. Envision the life that you want for yourself. Know you are creating it. Vibe behind this card says, I'll see it when I believe it. I'll see it when I believe it. One more time. I'll see it when I believe it. So it's, with this card out here, what I'm getting is it's the opposite. A lot of times somebody say, oh, I've changed, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'll be there on time. Usually, this person is late. You're like, okay, I see it. I believe it when I see it. But this time it's, I believe it because I see it. So this is actually speaking positivity into a situation, kind of with the correct your mistakes. If you go and you correct your mistakes, what I just heard is when you go to someone that you have an ought with, to that person, not going to anybody else, but the person that you have an issue with, you have an ought with, and you actually have a conversation with the individual, excuse me, you are bringing in this energy of believing and seeing, because you are pouring out your woes to the person you have either done wrong to or you felt like done wrong to you. So that's when the healing begins to come in. That's just kind of what I'm seeing right now. That's when the healing starts to come in, because you went to the individual with a pure heart, with pure intentions, to express what it is that rubbed you the wrong way or made you feel less than or not equal to a situation, person, place, or scenario. Okay, hopefully that made sense in some sense. Moving on to our goddess rising. I'm gonna sit those upside down. Our goddess rising says radical rebirth. So this is kind of nice. I'm gonna accept this right now. Our radical rebirth goddess, her name is good God Almighty. Her name is Buya Nihanda. Okay, the goddess of radical rebirth comes from the place of Zimbabwe, or Shona. She is the temple of our ancestors, and the element is air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, she was born around the 1840s. Charwe Nikaskana, okay, channeled a Handoro, an ancient royal lion spirit named Nihanda, who has been incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for at least 500 years. Um, it also states that the heralded as Buya or Imbuya Nihanda, grandmother Nihanda. This great ancestress was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. Okay, colonial occupation. Excuse me. I wish I had my phone, because if I exit out of this, I will not be able to. I'll put it in the description, maybe. Okay. So the guidance of Nihanda says, yes, you can stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. Like the sun, you rise again and again. Her embodiment says, dust yourself off, move forward, and go for it again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, change your mind, and need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up. If things aren't perfect, stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decision. The declaration says, still I rise. Still I rise. Still I rise. Okay. The number of this the number of this card is number 5. And I did see we did pull two fives came out in our tarot, but we'll get into that later. That is wow. Everything's kind of. I pray that it's be shown how I'm saying it. Cause hey, okay. So our wisdom behind these oracles thus far, the wisdom for the overall 7-day weekly energy is intention. Again, what if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? So, doing certain things, correcting your mistakes, believing and seeing what is true, having this radical rebirth, allowing yourself to die to the things that you love and be reborn to these things again. It's all about you showing yourself true, genuine self love, loving yourself a little bit more, pushing yourself a little bit more, even when you don't feel like it. Like right now, so I was like, okay, I don't really want to show my face. So it's like, you can do a blackout, just do it, put it out there. So I'm doing it, I'm putting it out there. Don't get that many views. Hopefully, this one does, because I feel like this is a powerful, powerful, powerful divine weekly message. Moving forward, for our lights here, overall that we did get out for this week is the Five of Pentacles. It talks about financial or health difficulties, feeling left out or worrying about your security, a chance to clear energy blockages. Okay, so at this time, you could be feeling your absolute best, or not feeling your absolute best. Could be feeling helpless. Could have some type of self pity going on because everything is being shaken up around us, society wise, individually, spiritually. And it says doors that activate magical opportunities are always opening for me. So even when you, just like in our one of our overall energies at the bottom of the deck stated that one door closes, I think it was the change course. Yes, a closed door is an invitation to move in an even better direction. So when you feel like you lost something, you feel like something's not going your way, there's some type of decline, there's a better outcome for something, is for you to be more inclined with oneself, to be more in tune with what's going on around you, within you, so on and so forth. The Witchy Caldong deck, which is crazy because the next card that followed this Five of Pentacles was the Five of Cups, which also talks about loss, sadness, grief, despair, abandonment, guilt, remorse, regret, trauma, mourning, heartbreak, unwelcome change, focusing on negative emotion, isolation, and loneliness. Okay, so you could be isolated in this time. As I stated in the beginning, I have been intuitively do a reading, put it out, do a reading, get it out since the Lion Gate portal, and I have not. And I feel like because I ignored my intuition, because I ignored my higher self, because I ignored the angels, the spirit guide, because I ignored the voice of the greater power, it kind of put me in a very remorseful, regretful, mourningful state. And I used every excuse, in this retrograde. That's another reason why I didn't want to read. Because I'm like, the retrograde is gonna f me up, and I need to protect myself. Um, I just didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't feel like it. I get up and be like, I'll do it. Then I started school. School started back for the kids, and I started back school like the following next week. I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's like, okay, I'll do it today. But I also have to do a paper, or I have to read a book. And I'm like, I'll do it later. Okay, I have a little free time now, I'll do it. And I never do it. I'll just think about it and think about it and think about it and never do it. It's like, well, my stomach hurts. Well, I don't feel good. Well, I'm tired. Well, I'll do it later. And I never did it. So it's been a whole month since I did it. And here we are. I'm here. Now, the last part that we do have here with the A wave is the Tower. Okay. And the Tower talks about unexpected change, upheaval. This is also a card 16, which is subsidized into a 7. This is the year 7 that we are in. Okay. It talks about unexpected change. It talks about the chaos. It also talks about new awareness, new awareness and new perspective of things as well. And for those that do or do not know, it can be a good Tower moment. It can also be a bad Tower moment. Okay. Um, it's something chaotic about being in this isolation. It could be something chaotic that happened that caused you to be in isolation, that caused you to be in some type of grief and sadness. As I stated, uh, loss of my loved ones, personal family reasons, things of that sort has kept me in this using excuses over time and over time. And I think I've stated in one of my other readings before that um, usually my grief and my mourning goes all year long, but it really hits harder towards the end of the year when it's time for the seasonal holidays, when it's time for like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. That's when it punches me hard, and it's kind of happening again now. So hopefully these messages made sense. Hopefully they get to the ears that need to hear them, because I'm not showing my face in this video. This is still a 7-day weekly divine energy reading. Will I be doing another video right now? No, I think this is going to be my video to post until I come back. Again, I have been instructed to post Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on this channel in just 3 days. So if you don't see me next Tuesday, next Wednesday, or next Friday, then you know, like, okay, she's still in it. Yes, I'm still in it. I'm in it now. And I kind of just pushed myself to do it. That's why I did this blackout. So with that being said, again, these are the conviction healer messages. I am the conviction, one of the many conviction healers, and I like to go by Ether for this channel. And until next time, later.